có biết rõ hơn bạn ấy là ai? Tôi sẽ nhờ bạn Sookkhavong Lily mang số báo danh 05 đến từ lớp 4A1 giới thiệu chúng mình nghe nhé. Mời bạn lên sân khấu.
Chúng ta hãy cùng dành một tràng pháo tay để cổ vũ cho bạn.
Hi everyone, my name is Lily from class 4A1. Today I will present to you the story Pinocchio the Woodkin. The author is Carlo Collodi. Carlo Collodi is a journalist and writer. He's an Italian person. He's famous because of his artwork called Pinocchio the Woodkin, or known as another name which is Adventure of Pinocchio. His other artwork is Peter Pan, The Cat in the Hat, and much more. This book is one of the books that have many people translated it, which is over 300 languages. This is also the book have most buy. This book is an inspiration for both movie and drama. The character in the story is Pinocchio, the main character, which is a character I'm cosplaying, Geppetto, Pinocchio Dad, the fairy, and the two robbers, Either, and lastly the whale. The story begins with Geppetto found a piece of wood on his way back home. He turned the piece of wood into a very detailed doll and called it Pinocchio. That night, he saw a shooting star. He wished that Pinocchio would become a real boy. That night, the fairy came. She turned Pinocchio into a real doll because Geppetto's love for Pinocchio is too big. Next morning, Geppetto found out that Pinocchio can act like a human. He was so happy that he sent Pinocchio to school. But surprise, Pinocchio didn't want to go to school, so he came to a circus. At the circus, he met a circus worker called Either. Either have a puppet show, so he said that he will make Pinocchio famous if he followed him. That night, Pinocchio was the main character in that show. The show was a success because Pinocchio made everyone laugh. So Either bring Pinocchio home. At Either home, Either planning to use Pinocchio as the main character and make him travel all over the world. Pinocchio noticed. He tried to run away, but Either stopped him, put him in a cage. That night, the fairy came. The fairy asked Pinocchio why is he here, and Pinocchio lied. His nose started to grow longer and longer. The fairy can tell that Pinocchio is lying, so that Pinocchio tells the truth. He don't want to go to school, but he go to the circus. The fairy wants Geppetto to have a real boy, so he gives Pinocchio another chance. Open the cage, turn Pinocchio nose back to normal, then disappear. On his way back home, he was kidnapped again. He listened to the two robbers get on a car full of children to go to the pleasure island. On the car, he met a friend. They have fun together on the pleasure island. But the pleasure island have magic to turn bad kids into donkeys. Pinocchio didn't notice until his friend turned into one. He was so scared. At that time, he started to grow ears and tail. He escaped. When he finally get back to his home, he saw a letter saying that his dad on his face finding him was eaten by a whale. Pinocchio was so angry that he jumped into the ocean and let the whale eat him so he can save his dad. When they meet in the whale belly, Pinocchio was extremely happy because he finally met his dad, but deeply regret what he done. Pinocchio hit a fire. The fire smoke made the whale sneeze. They got out of the whale's belly. But at the moment, Geppetto almost drowned. Pinocchio used all his strength to save his dad. On land, when Geppetto woke up, he saw he was alive. Pinocchio's success saved his dad. But lucky, Pinocchio died. But because of Pinocchio's sacrifice, the fairy turned Pinocchio into a real boy. Geppetto was so happy that they celebrate. They have a happily ever life together forever. My favorite part is when Pinocchio finally get home. He get a letter saying that his dad got eaten by a whale. He was so angry that he jumped into the ocean to save him. I like this part is because Pinocchio might be a bad kid, but he still has his love for his dad even though he's made by wood. The story meaning, message or lesson is, not all kids on this world first is a good kid and never lied. We all have a Pinocchio in ourselves, and we have to know how to change ourselves to have a better life. The story meaning is Pinocchio is around the life of a life puppet called Pinocchio on his way during all mistakes and problems to change himself and become a real boy. Pinocchio is an example for all humans in this world trying to change themselves to have a good ending. But the good ending is only for people who deserve it. This story has movie adaptation. The movie Pinocchio the Woodkid or The Adventure of Pinocchio in 2020 is my favorite film. It was directed by many directors and the star in the story is adventure. I really like this book and I think that you should buy one at a bookshop, watch it on Netflix or Disney or borrow it in the library because this book is not a meaningless story and you will learn many things from this book and you will have a great time in your free time. Oh wait, I have a book here. You can borrow me after this. Thank you everyone for listening. I hope you enjoy it.
Xin cảm ơn Lily. Hãy cùng lắng nghe câu hỏi từ phía ban giám khảo nhé. Con xin mời ban giám khảo số 2.
Thank you, Lily, for your very sweet story. On behalf of the judges, I would like to have a question for you.
Okay.
You have a very cute costume of Pinocchio. So,
Thank you.
what's the lesson that you've learned from the story?
My lesson is if you realize that you are a bad kid, you have to know how to change yourself to have a better life. Or you can just listen to your parent to be a good person in life.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Con cảm ơn cô. Chúc mừng Lily với phần trả lời vừa rồi. Mời bạn quay về vị trí.